we're just gonna make do with this little bit of light because I ain't feeling like going back there to get a light. Plus, I'm in a really odd spot. I don't want a big ass light shining into my face. Where'd my water go? Good. What is this? Tuesday evening. Good Tuesday evening. Replay gang. I'll get into it in a minute. Where's my other phone? But good Tuesday evening, everybody. I did text my wife. What's up, Popper? Not interrupting a football game this time. Jim, how's it going, man? Jim's spying on me. Jim, I finally got my trailer. I'm hooked to it right now. Hopper, your Eagles better beat the living shit out of the Chiefs, man. Jared, good evening. Yeah, family's doing well, man. Thank you. Let me text Jenna real quick. Oh, yeah. Okay, Jenna should maybe be here. I don't know. My minion may be just waking up. Okay, so real quick, while I get you guys up to speed and then we'll get to any questions you guys might have, hit the thumbs up while you come in. Like I said, happy Tuesday. I'm getting ready to initiate Campaign Bravo, which, as I said in my last video, I'm now calling my runs, when I get out and go on a run for 3 or 4 weeks, I'm calling it a campaign, because Campaign Alpha, first 3 weeks of January, were absolute warfare, man. No, I'm not comparing it to actual warfare, but I'm just telling you, to me, it just felt like constant war. It was a battlefield of winter, ice, snow. I had 2 weeks straight of ice and snow every single night. So I know we got some veterans in here, Hopper and Jim. Obviously, I'm not comparing trucking to war, but it is a battle. So I'm naming them campaigns from now on. Campaign Alpha is done and in the books and over with. It wasn't super successful in terms of profit, but I got through it, and with minimal damage, no loss. So now we're on Campaign Bravo, and it's going to be a doozy. It's going to be a doozy kicking off, because I got a 34-hour reset waiting here at the yard. I'm at the yard in Springfield, and I've been waiting for a trailer. The trailer's here, and I already have a pre-plan out of Kansas. I haven't even left the terminal, and I already have a $2,200 pre-plan out of Kansas that I want to run it, but it's going to require a full 14-hour clock. So I was ready to roll out of here, go drop and hook this load where it's supposed to go, and then figure out what to do next. But fortunately, that pre-plan came while I PC'd over to Walmart to get some last-minute supplies, and got that pre-plan while I was at Walmart. And the only way to make it work is to not leave until about probably 9 o'clock tonight. So now I have a couple hours to kill, and then it's going to take my full 14 to be able to pick up this pre-plan. So it's going to be a long, long night. But it'll put me at $2,200 in revenue to this truck by Friday morning. And kicks off Campaign Bravo pretty strong. This load that I'm taking will be the only load that I have on this pay period, but I only have a couple $100 in fixed cost on this truck. So here we go. Campaign Bravo is underway, man. I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling optimistic. I know the weather may not cooperate. Man, here's what's weird about the weather today. I think it got to 54 degrees, and I was hot, man. I woke up in the middle of the day, I had to turn my fan on. Like 54 that's how acclimated I've gotten now. 30 degrees, I can walk around in a hoodie now. She's sending me pictures of my my son was napping not too long ago. Let me see what she's sending me. Oh, my son is chaos, you guys. He's absolute chaos. I meant to do a video with Reese while I was home, because I know a lot of you guys haven't seen him since he was like a tiny little squid. But that kid's growing up, man. Let me find some Let me see. Not ignoring y'all, but well, here's him and me during Christmas. I don't know if that'll, but look at him. Ain't he growing up? I mean, geez, dude, he's anyway. Oh, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, 54 degrees today in full sun. Man, I woke up sweating. I woke up like pissed off at 2:30 this afternoon and go, why the hell is it so hot in this truck? So that's one thing Campaign Alpha did, was acclimate me to winter, because now 30 degrees is like throw on a fleece or a hoodie. Let's see here. Let me go back. Bravo is my home time. No, man, that ain't a well, I see what you're saying, Jim. But no, the campaigns only count if I'm running freight. Mr. Mayhem, I'm at Prime. Jimmy Martin, is Prime still doing lease program? Yes. And I'm going to be honest with you, Jimmy, I don't see how that'll ever change. Like the mega carriers have such a big lobby. And besides that, the Prime's lease purchase program is legit. So if the FMCSA, as I understand it, they're going to come in and take a look at, lease purchase programs on a case-by-case basis and make a determination on what type of regulatory action they want to take. Primes is pretty legit, man. I don't see Primes changing. There's nothing predatory about it, nothing misleading, nothing sketch. So I don't anticipate it's going to go anywhere. That's just my take. Hopper, I've been in Vermont for the last 3 days, temps in the single digits. Oh man, sorry about that. Yeah, Hopper is 54 degrees today in Springfield. Mr. Mayhem, I'll be at your left in 20 minutes. Hopper, you're fired up in that last video. Yeah, Shamarcus, I may buy 2 more trucks this year. I mean, may not be a terrible idea to maybe try to take advantage of it, maybe. Shamarcus, I just don't see it going anywhere. Not for Prime. I don't think Prime, and not only that, but Success Leasing. See, Prime's been really smart about this. Prime itself does not offer a lease purchase program. Prime itself doesn't even lease trucks. Success Leasing is a completely separate entity that happens to be owned by the same people that own Prime. So Prime doesn't lease trucks. But I just, that's just my guess. You laugh, you'll say, hey, if you show up here in 20, now I don't have another seat, but if you show up here in 20 minutes, I'll put you on the live. So that's the update. Who all is always telling me that they're to my left? Mayhem, Wombats. Slowpoke actually was 2 doors down from me one time in Tulsa or Oklahoma City. Slowpoke, which I haven't seen him in a live for a few weeks, but one time in a live, I was getting unloaded. It was either Tulsa or Oklahoma City. I can't remember which one. But Slowpoke was like, hey, I think I'm right next to you. And he was. He was like 2 doors down. Same guy changed my name. Same guy as who? Wombats? At a Walmart. Hopper, that was at a Associated Grocers. Are you at a Walmart? Is that what you're saying? There's not a Walmart in Vermont. Yeah, Slowpoke was at Associated Grocers. Wombats. Why you change your name, man? Wombats, one of these days I would love for you to actually be to my left. I will dedicate a video to that shit. Oh, are you Bass Pro here? I was gonna make a regular video today, but man, I just didn't feel like it. Started fresh. What do you mean fresh? What happened to Wombats? Wombats is great. You mean you're at the actual Bass Pro, like where the NRA museum is, or are you over across the street picking up a load? And how the fuck did you get a Bass Pro load? If you got a Bass Pro load, how? I want a Bass Pro load. I always want a Bass Pro load. Hardly ever get one. Hopper, no, I delivered Ben & Jerry's twice. I'm waiting for a loaded trailer there. Okay. You're up in St. Albans, Hopper? I saw that other joint got put on our fuel network. Oh, you're at the Wombats, you're at the actual Bass Pro store. No hippie. Lyle says some jack off prime driver insists I paid $250,000 for my truck. What? Lyle, that's what I just don't get, how so many people can spout just complete utter bullshit with no evidence. How are you that kind of person? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like I especially when you're trying to tell the person who knows the truth. Like, for example, there's always people coming and commenting on my videos saying, you need to leave Prime. You'll never make any money at Prime. I've been with Prime for coming 6 years, just about. I've been able to buy multiple trucks. And to come and tell me that I'm not ever going to make any money at Prime is so weird to me. When you don't have any evidence of that, and I have the evidence of, to the opposite. But so I try to put myself in the shoes of some of these people and think of what kind of switch do you have to flip in your head to go to somebody else, like me going to Lyle. Like if I called Lyle right now and said, bro, you're full of shit. You paid $250,000 for your truck. That is so weird to me that there's people that do that. I can't wrap my head around why and how somebody would do that. Hey, real quick while you guys are here, we only have 8 thumbs up. Give me a couple thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. It's stupid. I hate asking for it. But honestly, the videos that get like a good proportion of thumbs up for the live viewers end up cracking 1,000 views afterwards. I don't know why that is. Lyle says Hopper, that's exactly where I am right now. Oh, you're at the new place. So here's the thing, Hopper. What is that place called that's got the Subway in St. Albans? Is it Jolly something? All I know is they sell really good shredded cheese in there. But so they say it's on the fuel network, but here's what happens. If you don't go inside and pay with Comdata, if you just swipe your Comdata card at the pump, it just turns the pump on. Like there's no reefer, diesel, truck, reefer, no enter in your truck number or anything like that. So some of those places up, I'm wondering if that's what's going to happen with the new places that are on the network. Maybe you can tell me, Hopper, but I know we got like 6 new ones on the network, 6 or 8. Some of those places up there in the Northeast that are on the network, if you don't go inside and you just swipe at the pump, you'll still get the discounted price, but you don't, you may need to just fuel your reefer, but it just, once you swipe, it just turns the pump on. That's all that happens. Let's see. Lyle, that's half the problem. These idiots that work at Prime giving out bad info. Yeah, man, Lyle, that's what I haven't been on Facebook for like 6 or 7 years, but sometimes people send me screenshots and I'm just like, what the fuck? Mr. Mayhem, if I show, will you make me a moderator? I bought a bar of gold because of Prime. Yeah. Hopper literally bought a bar of gold recently at a Costco. Payne, I made good money at Prime. Flatbed, I no longer work there because I got offered a better opportunity. That's awesome, man. Good for you. And I mean that. That's great. 286K, nice. Jim, the Jolly Truck Stop, yeah. Jolly Truck Stop, yeah. Mr. Not Nice, one thing that annoys me is people act like they can't purchase a used truck and still not make money, and the truck isn't under warranty. You got to pay 10 to 20,000. Yeah, yeah, totally. Mr. Not Nice, I don't ever imply that that's not a good way to go. I know I've got a friend over in Oklahoma that's got 13 trucks that he runs. His company's contracted with Cargill. So he buys all of his trucks and all of his trailers from Prime. So he's here often. And it's great for him. He fully expects. In fact, he bought a truck from Pedigree, I want to say like 4 or 5 months ago, that broke down on the way to Oklahoma. Completely broke down. And so he's telling me about this, he's like, I had to have it towed. He's got a shop on his yard. But he's like, I had to have it towed the last like 40 or 50 miles. And I was like, oh, that's got to have you absolutely pissed off. And he goes, not really, man. He's like, I put $10,000 or $15,000 worth of work and parts into it, and the truck's ran beautifully ever since. So yeah, if you buy a used truck, you just have to, expect that you're going to put some money into it, but you're also not paying, $200,000 for it. There's lots of ways to do this. Mr. Hopper, it's across the street, Jolly Truck Stop. It's that little one across the street. Do they have parking now? Because they didn't, last time I was up there, that place didn't have parking. Maybe a couple spots. It wasn't like a big lot. Jerron, can you explain the lease purchase ban? Well, there's not a ban. There's not a lease purchase ban. What's happening is there's a task force that has concluded that like 90-something% of lease purchases are wrought with fraud and all kinds of stuff. So they're getting ready to make recommendations and try to push lease purchase programs under the regulatory authority of the FMCSA, and then they'll do what they're going to do to, try and regulate the lease purchase industry. So there's not a ban. Honestly, I'm not so sure that this may not be a bad thing, you guys. There's a lot of lease purchase programs that I've been told about, and I don't have evidence, but I've been told about that I'm just like, oh my God, like that is very predatory. Now, you shouldn't sign those kinds of contracts if you don't understand the someone the other day was commenting and saying, oh, well, these contracts are very sophisticated and they're giving them to unsophisticated people. Well, whether I'm sophisticated or not, it's still my responsibility to understand the contract or not sign it if I don't understand it. But anyway, let's set that aside. There are some really scammy, sketchy, fraudulent lease purchase programs out there from what I'm seeing. So if the FMCSA is going to come in and like audit them on a case-by-case basis and make a determination of those that are predatory versus those that aren't, a lot of them need to go away, to be honest with you. I don't think that primes would fall under that category of being predatory. I really don't. So it's not, from my understanding, it's not a ban. It's just more of them like really kind of setting up a regulatory body to be able to go after predatory lease purchases. Mr. Not Nice, I'm doing a lease purchase for my Volvo, and I compared my numbers to my father, whose credit is 823, and he got a brand new Volvo from the dealer. His interest rate is 8%, 40K down for 6 years. Yeah, Mr. Not Nice, that's what I was, that's where I was at years ago when I was looking at financing through, going to a dealership and financing. I was looking at 40,000 down and about 8 or 9% on 5 or 6 years. I can't remember. But here's the other problem, is that was just talking to the bank about one truck. I do not think the bank would have financed me 2 trucks. I don't think that. And I was excellent credit. I just don't think they were going to finance me 2 trucks. So the lease purchase was perfect for me. Perfect. 8K down at 7% interest, and my truck comes with APU while his doesn't. Yeah, exactly. Hopper, I don't know about Jolly, and there's a spot in between me and another prime truck. Okay. Mr. Not Nice, I got the 200-gallon tanks, and he got the 300-gallon tanks. Johnny B, Super Ego, man, I hear so much bad about Super Ego. If you guys, here's what I've only had one experience with a Super Ego driver, and I felt so bad for him. In fact, I did a video about it. There's a video on my channel about it. Probably a couple years ago, I want to say, at Kroger, south of Memphis. This poor Super Ego driver had just paid his truck off like 2 months before, and he was asleep in a sleeper berth, and all of a sudden his truck just starts rocking like an earthquake, and he's got forks and spoons and everything just flying everywhere back there. He's sound asleep. So he told me he literally thought there was an earthquake. Well, in the video, I saw this whole thing happen. In my rear view mirror, I was parked and waiting to get called for a door, and in my rear view mirror, I see this other truck come into that shitty waiting area, staging area, and turn to go set up to back into a spot, and the bumper on the trailer caught the front of his truck and dragged his truck with a fully loaded trailer completely sideways in its spot. Totaled that Super Ego truck. Absolutely totaled it. Ripped the whole radiator, everything out of the front of it. It was just like carnage. And that dude had just paid it off 2 months ahead of time. And the thing is, he didn't even, it was definitely no fault of his own, because he was parked properly. He was parked as far back as he could, and he went to sleep. And someone else was just a fucking dumbass and just ripped the front of his truck off while he was asleep. I'm not saying that to try and say anything positive about Super Ego. I don't think there's anything positive you could say about Super Ego, but I went and helped him pick up all the pieces off the ground as best as we could, so he could wait for the tow truck, and and I just felt bad for him, man. He was like devastated. Let's see. Jay, a lot of people like to talk trash about us, Prime, but don't have any info. Oh, yeah, totally, Jay. That's why I just don't respond to a lot of those comments anymore, because usually I'd be like, okay, well, what is your level of experience with Prime? Did you finish your first year? Did you drive a couple years? And it inevitably is almost always, oh no, I would never drive for Prime. Okay, then shut the fuck up. If you've never driven for Prime, don't come acting like you're a, an expert on everything Prime. It's just like, don't go full retard. 1987 M3 Evo ever felt held back by fleet manager? I have not. I've been very fortunate with my fleet managers. I have never ever felt held back by my fleet manager. Mr. Not Nice, one more thing. His insurance for his truck is $720 a month, while mine is $480. Yep, mine actually. My insurance on this one is lower because I had it adjusted, but yeah. Timothy Turbo, watch out for the rubber floor mats. They will nail you there. Never take the first offer. Always, and I mean always, make the salesman cry. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Mr. Not Nice, like when I compare my numbers to his, it's really not off that bad. Mike Chapman, I just started Prime and hopefully get my truck tomorrow. No Hippie been helping me out with the information I've needed. Nice, Mike. There's some good looking trucks over there in the lot. Michael Bolton, you were one of the few reasons why I wanted to come to Prime, but I had to postpone things from happening for now. Sorry to hear that. Hopefully it eventually works out. Jay, No Hippie, helped me out too when I made my decision to come to Prime, and my brother works here too. That's awesome. Hopper, yes, the driver did put his trailer in the door for him. Yeah, so Hopper's talking about that. So you remember that video. He was able to get his truck to run long enough to get out from under that trailer, and then it overheated. It gave him just enough time to get out from under the trailer, and then by the time he backed into the open spot next to him, bobtail, his truck overheated and shut off. Like the fan was going sideways and the fan was about to come out and everything, but he was able to get it out just so the guy that ripped the front of his truck off at least had the decency to, I mean, he felt terrible. It was stupid, but he was like, hey man, how about I drop my trailer and see if they'll let me go take your Super Ego trailer and get it unloaded for you. So he dropped his trailer, he hooked up to the Super Ego trailer, security got him a door right away, and he went and got that guy, he took that guy's bills and got it unloaded. Then he came back and got his trailer and took it and got it unloaded. You're on, I don't know if I'm saying that right. I apologize if I'm messing up your name. Have you heard anything bad about Maverick? Not that I know of, no. Timothy Turbo, that's the only way to deal with salesmen. Also always give them a lower offer first. Norman, how you doing? Howdy. 412. So I'm a Prime guy, fucked up a Super Ego truck or vice versa. I'm lost. So a Prime guy. No, it was not a Prime driver. But it was a, but yeah, I watched it happen. By the way, am I the only one who says 412? Because 412, you're in like everybody's lives, and everybody says 412. I used to say 412. Let's see. So, I think I used to say 412, but now I say 412, because didn't we have a conversation about it? That it was your area code? I think we had a conversation about it. Yeah, 412. But everybody says 412. Lyle says 412. David H says 412. So I'm the only one who says it right. Hopper, I don't envy you for that single digit weather. Man, there is not a single truck on the pad. I'm right in front of the pad. this to me would be the perfect time if you had a PSD student. Dude, if I had a PSD student, I'm just going to tell you guys, if you're out there right now and you're coming into PSD, right now, we would be setting up for an all-nighter on that pad. Because it's, what's the temperature? The temperature is 46 degrees, clear, no wind, and not a single pad is active. We'd be out there, like, we'd be getting some coffee and Red Bulls. I'd buy you some food at some point in the night, and we'd be just out there all night right now. Because here in a few days, it could be cold as shit, it could be rainy. Why is this not being taken advantage of? See, Timothy 412 looks like 7 out to me. Everybody half slow. I don't even bother. Shit, me and Lyle speak time to time just to talk shop or complain about the day. Yeah, Lyle messages me the most random shit sometimes. Hopper and the wind, yeah. Norman Beck, so what is Campaign Bravo is the campaign I'm starting right now, man. You missed it at the beginning of the video. I'm hooked to my first load of Campaign Bravo. This will be about a 3.5 week campaign, roughly. Campaign Alpha, first 3 weeks of January that was war, man. That was an absolute battle. Campaign Bravo is setting up to be pretty nice so far. Knock on wood. Robert, Eric, a friend of mine, just bought a 2024 Freightliner and his truck shut down when he was driving. Have you ever had a problem with your truck? Oh yeah, man. My Peterbilt that Jim drives, we had significant issues for the first 50,000 miles of that truck. Significant. In fact, we had to have that truck towed from Kansas within the first 5,000 miles. But then it got broke in and got its wings, and all was well. 412, what does that even mean? Tim, turbo guy. Tim, 42 degrees, that's a Michigan summer. Let's go swimming. Yeah. Timothy, that's craps 412, yeah. He's getting a new truck. It will be ready in 2 weeks. Nice. 412, Lyle had me watch that video of the Prime guy. Oh, yeah, he sent me that. Yeah, that was embarrassing. Oh, my God, it was so embarrassing. Norman Beck, oh, I remember now. I would only get to Campaign Charlie on an annual basis. Yeah. Norman, that's not me, bro. That's not me. I'll be on Zulu. As much time as I go home, I'll be on Zulu in freaking October. That's some funny shit right there, man. Oh, man. Y'all crack me up. Hopper, my Peterbilt just slips out of gear every once in a while. Yeah, I think its gears were a little funny sometimes. Chris, all is well, you just jinxed him. Backwoods, what's up, man? How's it going? 412, I respect that guy for being so cool, calm, and collected, but in my opinion, that's what put him in danger in the first place. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Norman, you have a family and a reason to go home. That's a blessing. Yes, sir. Trainer Charles. Hey, Charles. Sir Charles. So, Jenna told me you messaged her on Facebook, and I went and found, for some reason, the message you texted me it's blocked or something. So I had to unblock it, but we started a new thread. So I'm gonna have to start a new thread for you here in the next couple days, because there's some Android users that are in that thread and it won't let me add you to it. If it was all iPhone users, I could add you to the thread, but because there's some Android users, I have to create a new text thread that has you in it. So I'll do that. There was like 3 or 4 drivers in that other big thread, text thread, that just never replied or never responded to anything that we were all talking about, and I just didn't want to keep hammering people who aren't active. So really that group thread, and we added a couple drivers to it too, but that group thread is for drivers who just want to actively every day talk Prime and, you know, share memes or whatever. So I'll add you and create a new one. Let's see. 412, like he had no sense of danger going into that storm. Yeah, dude, that was bizarre. Chris, I can never say my truck is running well because I'm on the roadside pretty quick. Robert, have a good night. I'm going to knee replacement surgery. Dang. Godspeed with that. Oof. 412, all I know is I'm sure he got fined something crazy. Probably. 412. Someone told you Android users voted for Biden. It's funny you mentioned that. Actually, it's funny you say that. I feel like I know some Biden voters that have Androids. Now that you mention that, never thought about it. Charles, man, I've been texting the old group thinking, man, where's everyone at? Yeah, sorry, man. I'll create a new one here in the next few days. Jim C, what's up? Jim C's back in it, Charles. He's in a new thread. Not true, I love my Android and I voted Trump. Hopper, you have a iPhone, I thought. Timothy, I voted Trump too, Hopper. I own an Android. Okay, so we got some crossover here. 412. That's a word on the streets. Hey, I did not vote Trump the first time around. You know, the very first time he ran for office. But man, I've enjoyed everything he's doing this last week. I'm here for it. Like popcorn, let's go. Oh, Android's your backup. Okay, Hopper. Yeah, because I was pretty sure you weren't. 412 Android just means you're. Oh, man. 412's got the funny shit tonight. Hopper, I know it's a joke. I've been laughing at you. Timothy, that's okay, 412. I would have voted Trump anyways. Yeah, 412's got the comedy gold tonight. Oh, do I want to walk to the terminal? Look at the training pad. Like that just, nothing. How is it going to be still, dry, 46 degrees, and nobody's training? I know there's students over at campus. I met one today, a PSD student. So are all these daytime PSD pad trainers solar-powered pad trainers? I don't get that, man. Like, you have the perfect opportunity right now. My students, when I was PSD, we jammed most of it at night. And then, you know, when it got close to test time, I would get them out during the day for a couple blocks of time. But we'd come out here and do 6-7 hours at night till they had that shit just down in the dark, barely being able to see the cones. And in the daytime, when they could see the cones, they knew it like, you know, like nothing, because they'd been doing it at night. But at nighttime, you don't got to fight anybody for pad time. Uh, 412, no, laughing with you for sure. Hopper, where's the woman? Reese is being absolute chaos right now. Reese is being chaos. I'm gonna walk over to the terminal here shortly. Woo! Look at that truck. That's a beauty. Semper Fi, baby. Yeah. Reese is being chaos, so she hasn't got a chance. I'm trying to get my shoes on. So I'm gonna go over to the terminal here shortly. So she's aware that we're live, but she sky's the limit logistics. Some nice trucks over here. Let's see. They're scared of the dark. Probably Norman. I'm an Android user. No way. Hang on. No way.
Finally, bro.
Wombats.
What's up, man?
No way.
Should I type it?
How you doing, dude?
What's up, man? You're
Yeah.
a real person. I'm surprised.
Yeah, so Wombats and Mayhem. Mr. Mayhem. He was texting and commenting while driving.
Of course not.
No, I'm just kidding.
I don't want to get a call from Z.
That's funny, dude. Oh, your truck looks nice. You got pretty similar.
Don't see too many colors.
You put that on?
Camry.
Nice. Very nice. Mine's all beat up.
Nice. Taking off?
Yeah, here shortly.
Fuck.
I'm just trying to waste a little bit of time.
I gotcha. Still got a fucking
puppy.
car for two fucking months now.
Oh, look at you. Look at you.
She loves everybody.
Hello. Look at this puppy.
Let me pull up a little bit so I don't get yelled
Look
at.
at you, baby girl. Such a little tiny thing. This is a Wombat's puppy. It's awesome. My dogs are so big, dude.
Yeah.
I just can't even comprehend.
Which one you got now?
German Shepherd.
All German Shepherds, yeah. My favorite. I like the silver.
Hang on, guys.
I
All right, I'm probably gonna wrap this up. I gotta find my other mic. Oh, there it is. Yep, sorry about that. My mic fell off. Get that one charging.
smells good.
Huh? My truck smells good?
It's like strawberry or something. I smell.
Oh, yeah, probably vape. Where'd my magnet go? My magnet for this. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up so I can talk to him for a few minutes.
Not for me.
Huh? I gotta wrap it up anyway.
I feel honored.
All right. Sorry I didn't get caught up on the comments, but Wombats has been telling me for a year that he's to my left, and he's actually to my left right now.
To your left.
So, all right, guys, be safe, make good decisions, always drive, thrive. Talk to you later.